The Empress of Ireland was more than just a ship. She was a symbol of ambition, a testament to engineering prowess, and a vital artery in the network of global migration. For the Canadian Pacific Line, she represented the pinnacle of their fleet, a shining example of their commitment to connecting the old world with the new. Launched in 1906, the Empress of Ireland was a majestic vessel, purpose-built for the North Atlantic route. She ferried thousands of hopeful emigrants from the shores of Ireland and Britain to the promising lands of Canada. Every voyage was a journey filled with anticipation, dreams of a better life fueling the spirits of those on board. The Empress of Ireland quickly established herself as a dependable and popular choice for transatlantic travel. Her spacious accommodations, luxurious amenities, and the reputation of the Canadian Pacific Line all contributed to her allure. Little did anyone know that this symbol of hope and progress would soon meet a tragic and untimely end. On the 15th of May 1914, the Empress of Ireland embarked on what would be her final voyage. Departing from Liverpool, her decks were bustling with life. 1,477 souls were on board, a mix of emigrants, seasoned travellers and crew members, each with their own stories, hopes and destinations. The atmosphere on board was a blend of excitement and trepidation. For some it was the thrill of adventure, the allure of the unknown. For others it was the bittersweet pang of leaving behind loved ones and familiar shores. Among the passengers were families setting out to build new lives, young couples embarking on honeymoon adventures, and individuals seeking fresh starts. The first days of the journey passed without incident. The North Atlantic, often a tempestuous beast, was uncharacteristically calm. The sun glinted off the waves, and a sense of normalcy pervaded the ship. Passengers settled into the routines of shipboard life, enjoying the amenities, socializing with fellow travelers, and eagerly anticipating their arrival in Canada. However, fate, as it often does, had other plans. As the Empress of Ireland steamed towards the Canadian coast, a dense fog descended upon the Gulf of St. Lawrence. Visibility plummeted, encasing the ship in an eerie, disorienting blanket of white. The date was May 29th, 1914, and the hands of time ticked closer to a tragedy that would forever scar the maritime world. Unbeknownst to those aboard the Empress, another vessel, the SS Storstad, a much smaller collier, was navigating the same treacherous waters. The two ships, their paths converging in the heart of the fog bank, were on a collision course. Despite the efforts of the crews to avert disaster, the inevitable occurred. At 2 a.m., the Storstad rammed into the starboard side of the Empress of Ireland. The impact, sudden and brutal, tore a gaping hole in the liner's side. The tranquil night was shattered by the ear-splitting sound of crunching metal, the shrieks of startled passengers, and the chilling hiss of escaping steam. The Empress of Ireland, mortally wounded, began to list rapidly to starboard. Panic gripped the passengers and crew as the terrifying reality of the situation set in. The once bustling decks became chaotic scenes of terror and confusion. The collision had knocked out the ship's electrical system, plunging the vessel into darkness. The emergency lights flickered erratically, casting long, dancing shadows that only amplified the fear. The icy waters of the St. Lawrence rushed in through the gaping hole, claiming the ship with astonishing speed. Families became separated in the chaos. Mothers desperately clung to their children, while husbands fought to protect their wives. The crew, battling their own terror, struggled to maintain order and launch lifeboats, but the severe list made it a near impossible task. About 14 minutes after the collision, the bow rose briefly out of the water, and the ship finally sank. There were only 465 survivors, 4 children of 138, 41 women of 310, 172 men of 609, and 248 crew of 420.